Zombie apocalypse.
So this goes out to all the systems administrators, network administrators, or anybody that had to deal with an ISP, whether it be fiber, whether it be copper, whether it be ADSL. Long story short, this week at my work, I had to deal with what was probably the worst experience I've ever had to deal with. We start having issues on a Monday. I'm not going to get too in depth with it, but I basically know it's not us. I know that it's not my provider. I know it's past my provider because I'm a systems administrator, 1. I manage networks, 2. So I know how to tell where the problem's happening. Run a trace route. Come on. And I know that it's not them. Anybody that has been to who.is, who.is.com, you could tell what an IP address is to some extent. Long story short, it got to the point where we are working all week on this, and honestly, the problem is still not resolved. I'm not going to throw any names out there. Spectrum. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to throw any names out there, but every ISP does this. Every single ISP. Let's test your stuff. You realize that if you're running enterprise-grade internet, enterprise-grade fiber, enterprise-grade anything, that sometimes it's probably better off just to listen to the customer. Sometimes it's better just to trust that the customer actually did the troubleshooting necessary. And in my case, I did. I knew where the problem was. I found where the problem was. I even had another site in a reverse trace so I could pinpoint where the problem was. I presented that all to them, all to the ISP. What do they want to do? Go to our site, take our circuit down, and test from there. Well, again, like I said, every ISP for some reason likes to do this. Point friggin' fingers. They can't be held at fault. They're too big. We're perfect. There's nothing wrong with us. The local ISP in my hometown, I'm not going to say who they are, but they have like Facebook ads and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, I might try to see if I can find a screenshot to throw up somewhere. But, throw up. But the problem is that I have seen their Facebook ads. I have read the comments. I feel bad for them right now. Like 100%. Like people just hate them. Internet service providers are pretty much like a conglomerate. Now, obviously, there are multiples in the conglomerate. You're looking at Cox, Charter, Spectrum, AT&T, CenturyLink, but you're also looking at like there's some sort of territory. Like obviously, that the place that I live, their territory is as their lines. It's what they own. It's what they provide. There's some cities close by that have actually created citywide fiber networking, but it's owned by the city. And I'm sorry, that's the direction we need to be going. Because if we could take these big company ISPs out of the loop and put it in the hands of the people, we'll have a working internet. We'll have working scenarios where basically we don't have to rely on these 1-800 numbers, 2 hours on call, like on a call waiting just to talk to somebody. Okay. Bottom line here is my next thing to do Monday is to contact our account manager with the ISP that we're having problems with and ask them about what would it take to get an SLA. The SLA to me feels like, okay, well, if you can give us a 2-hour downtime or you can give us like fiber cuts are a pain across the board. But if you can give us a guarantee and back that up, we feel way more comfortable staying with your services. The bigger problem in my area is that it's limited. You only have possibly maybe 1 or 2 providers in one given area. One area I know that it has Spectrum fiber, but then also Spectrum copper, and that's the area that's having problems right now. Okay, well, here's what happened. The fiber's having problems, so I take all the connections that we have to have running for day-to-day business, and I put them on the copper line. What do? They go like this, and then they have the problems together. I'm sorry, that's not going to cut it. Now, I know that I could go with like ADSL from CenturyLink or something along those lines, but I mean, I'm sorry, I just can't. 6 megabyte down. I mean, I've got to facilitate. I've got to provide data for multiple facilities that have like at least 100 people in them at one given time. Are you serious? Are these the standards? Are these what we have to deal with? Pretty much. And that sucks. It really does. I don't give a crap about 5G. I don't give a crap about 4G, LTE, cellular data. But when you're putting your trust into a ISP for a hard line connection, which is always on and should be working, plus or minus the obviously the individual issues. Somebody was digging in their yard and cut the line, or a tree fell on the power lines. I mean, there's always going to be something that causes problems for these providers to be able to provide you the support and the service that you're paying for. But when the support that you're paying for, or the support for the service that you're paying for, doesn't even want to listen to you when you tell them, I know what the problem is, I did the research, I put in the time and effort to figure it out for you guys, oh my God. A week's worth of man hours has come. A week's worth of man hours have been taken away simply because I had to work with them, they had to work with me. But if they would have listened to me day one, if they would have actually listened and taken into consideration that I knew what I was talking about, we wouldn't have wasted time. We would have had a fix. And to me, that makes a lot more sense. So the way I see it is, it's one of those situations of, how do you put your trust in your provider, knowing that they're going to give you the guarantee that you need, give you the service that you require? If you're a home-based business, if you're a business-based business, whether you've got copper, whether you've got phone lines, whether you've got fiber, hell, even if you got satellite internet, there's no guarantee in satellite internet, mind you. I'm just saying that, how do you know if you're choosing the right provider? And honestly, right now, in this day and age, there is no right provider. They all suck. They all 100% suck. Whether it be the support, whether it be the service, whether it be the cost, whether it be whatever. ISPs. Let me see. I could save you by selling you TV and phone to go with your internet. I ain't worried about savings. I would pay twice as much as I am right now if this shit actually worked. I'm sorry. Who wouldn't? If I had no problems whatsoever, if it never cut off, you should bill me twice. Sorry. And that's the sad part. That's 100% the sad part. Right now, we're stuck with what we have. And I think some company, somebody, whoever, I don't care if it's Google Fiber, I don't care if it's like a city-owned fiber, like I said before, I don't really care who does it. Somebody just has to do it, other than these big Fortune 500s, other than these big companies that want to take all these phone calls, and you spend 2 hours in the queue just basically to talk to somebody saying, oh, it's your router, and hang up on your ass. I'm sorry. Really? No. That's not how it's done. Now, yes, give the fact that if you're looking at a lot of other services that you can get, like even satellite television, they're going to put you on hold, they're going to wait on you, they're going to make you wait. It's not how it should be, and really there's no other providers you can get for that other than like Dish, DirecTV, stuff like that. I'm not saying that that's where you're limited. I'm saying that supporting those devices and being willing to give support to those devices and services is where it's lacking. I mean, half my neighborhood was without internet. Was it? Today's Friday. I'm probably going to post this Saturday. Saturday the 4th. Happy 4th of July, everybody. But, like, so, what was it? Not Thursday, but Wednesday night, over half the neighborhood was without internet until, like, 2 o'clock that Thursday afternoon. And I'm just like, I'm not saying it needs to be ran better. I don't think so. I mean, they're running it as good as they can. But should they run it different? Yeah, 100%. Should they put the customer first? Yeah, 100%. That's what it's called, customer service. If you guys didn't have customers, you wouldn't be here. Pretty much, right? Well, this is my rant for the evening. Sorry, I do stream on Twitch. I'm not streaming. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks because I've been too busy working on my studio. I've got so much going on. I've got a new wall I'm putting up. I've got to get a couple power lines ran. Probably, obviously, some decorations, straighten up some stuff in the background here. But yes, the way I see it is, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. Oh, sorry, follow button on Twitch, subscribe button on YouTube, hit the bell, and when I get back online, I'll be sure to hit everybody up. But bottom line here is, I see this as one of the biggest problems in America right now because we're all worried about 5G. We were fine with 4G. I'm sorry. We were fine with LTE. Stop making that better and make your service better. Make your support better. Make customer service better. You're spending all this money and you're wasting all these people's time. Like I said before, 7 days. It's not 7 days. This whole week I spent man hours with the ISP in question and myself trying to figure out a problem when I already told them what the problem was. So stop trying to figure out how to screw over your customers. Start educating your customers. Start making them better users. Start treating them as if without them, you're not here. Again, this is Trip Runner. I'll be back. Again, like I said, my stream schedule is kind of screwed right now, but I'm going to try to do some more vlogs, and y'all have a good night. Peace!